Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the first video of 2026 and the first video here on the channel. And I'm coming to you today from Prospertown Lake, which is adjacent to Six Flags Great Adventure, and I'm here for two reasons. Now, reason number one, I just want to talk a little bit about my channel, the goals that I have, some of the expectations, and what you guys can expect. And second, the reason why I am here is to talk about Six Flags Great Adventure and my expectations for the 2026 season. And unfortunately, I do want to talk a little bit about 2025, but once I'm done talking about that, I want to leave it in the past, just like 2025 is. So with all that being said, if you guys could do me a huge favor, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And if you're liking today's video, give it a big thumbs up. It'll help me out a long way on getting my YouTube journey here started. But with all that being said, if you guys are ready, let's go ahead on a sharp adventure. So I had to go back to the car and grab my gloves. I'm going to be holding this camera. It's very cold out here if you can't tell in the video. The lake is frozen. There's snow on the ground. It's only 33 degrees. There's a bit of wind, so I'm sure it feels even colder than that. Now you guys are probably wondering why I decided to come out here and do this video when I could have just stayed at home in my warmth or even stayed in the car and did it. But for some reason I just love coming here, and anytime I got something on my mind or I want to create a video, get something off my chest, I'll come here. So that's why we're going to start off with the channel. Now, back in 2022, I actually started Sharp Adventures here on YouTube, and I did it for a good year and a half. As far as I can remember, it was going pretty good, but there was just a point where I didn't want to do it anymore. I just didn't have the passion, the drive to do anything. I was getting in my head a lot. I was worrying about everything and everybody around me, and I'm somebody that does make some very rash decisions. So I deleted the channel, and fast forward to last year, I actually tried starting again, and I could not get into it at all. As much as I tried, I really was just in my head. So now here we are in 2026, and it feels different. It feels a lot different. I'm very excited to do it. The drive is there. I keep telling everybody and anybody around me about it. They're probably annoyed, especially my wife. You know, she wants to support me as much as he can, but she's seen it before where I've just given up. But I'm not going to give up this time. I think I know exactly where I want to be. So that's why I'm hoping if you saw the videos before or were with the channel before, you can keep supporting and stick along with me, because I'm definitely going to try to stick along as much as possible. Now, as far as what you guys can expect from the channel, we're going to be doing a lot of theme parks, mainly Six Flags Great Adventure, just because it is my home park. Starting out here again, it's just easier to get to and to create content, but I'm going to try to get to as many places as I possibly can. I do have some trips planned for the future. One of them is Epic Universe in Orlando, Florida. I've never been yet, and I'm eager to get out there, so hopefully that one works out. But we're going to do some Dorney Park, Hershey Park, etc. Like I said, as much as we possibly can. And while I'm in these theme parks, I'm going to try to eat at a lot of the food places in there, critique those, review them. Not saying I'm an expert, but we're going to give our best shot. If something's nasty, it's nasty. If something's good, it's good. I'm going to shoot you straight. Now, as far as my content goes, I'm a very laid-back person. I don't like to talk too much. I don't get overly excited. Even when I'm excited, I don't look excited, but trust me, I am. I like to let my videos do the talking, which is B-roll footage, and I'm going to put a little bit of it here for you now. And as you can see by that, the video pretty much did the talking for itself. And when you're in the theme park, I believe it's even better. You hear the roars of the coaster, the screams, the carnival games. But one more thing I want to talk about and get off the topic of this YouTube channel is I just want to be as positive as I can. I know there's going to be negativity on YouTube, and I know there's going to be negativity coming to Six Flags Great Adventure, especially after last season, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But I just want to be positive, but I'm also not going to lie to you guys. If something's not right, it's not right. I'm not going to fake it for you just to get the views. That's just not the type of person I am. But yeah, that pretty much does it for what I'm going to bring here on the channel. So again, I hope you guys are ready to follow along with me. I think it's going to be great. I'm going to have a lot of great content, and it's just going to be some awesome videos. Now, before I get on the topic of the 2026 season at Six Flags Great Adventure, I'm going to kind of walk around here at Prospertown Lake, show you guys a few things, kind of clear my mind, because I feel like I did a lot of talking and my mind's racing. That's just how I am. I'm sorry. But let's just walk around, clear my mind, and we'll talk about the next thing. Now, as I was mumbling on, I stumbled upon this memorial here. I'm assuming that something happened to somebody here at the lake, which is a shame. I never want to see anything like that. I know the water can be unforgiving, but again, I don't really know what happened. But yeah, something very nice that they have set up to remember. I don't want to get too crazy and personal in other people's business. But just to the left of that, this little dock here. Probably somewhere where you can put your kayak in. I'm sure people have fishing boats and come out here. I'm actually stepping on this right now, which is very, very scary. There's a look at the frozen lake in the background, Six Flags Great Adventure. Very peaceful here, especially when there's nobody around. Usually the case in the wintertime. Doing a little bit of phone vlogging here just because the iPhone zooms in a whole lot better than my $700 camera, which makes no sense, but it is what it is. Here's a look at Nitro in the background, Jersey Devil, Sky Screamer. And I actually want to talk about Nitro and something that should have happened a couple years ago, and hopefully it's happening sooner rather than later. But again, we'll talk about that when we talk about 2026. But I'm going to step off this now before something happens, and I'd be a very, very cold person. Now, I don't know exactly where this dirt path leads to, but we're going to take it and see if it leads us to... There's a little dock over there, and you used to be able to walk on the grass, but now I think they have that fenced off. But we'll go ahead and check that out and see what's going on. But it doesn't look like it really leads anywhere. It kind of just goes up into the parking lot there. But again, it looks like it's just another area where you come down and fish, just hang out on the lake on a nice summer day. Put the kayaks down in there. Something I want to get back to. I bought some kayaks back in 2020 during COVID just because they were so cheap. And I went kayaking all the time, and ever since then I haven't been. But this would definitely be a cool place to do that, especially with the coasters in the background. Now, this is probably not going to be the longest video, and that's also something that I'm trying to gather when it comes to making a YouTube video. I know the shorts are what people really like to watch because you can make them, I think, up to a minute, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. But I don't want to make a 30, 40-minute video because who really wants to sit down and watch a video for that long? I definitely don't. So when I do make my videos, I was thinking about maybe 15 to 20 minutes. This one's probably not going to be that long. I would like to make it that long, but there's no promises there. So if you guys can comment down below and let me know what your thoughts are on how long you like to see a video. But like I said, 15 to 20 minutes would be ideal. As you can see, I parked over there by the dock where the coasters are. Instead of driving over with it getting really windy out now and cold, I'm deciding to just walk over there. I'm already committed, so I'm just going to do it anyway. But word of advice, if you guys ever come here and take videos or pictures in the cold, just drive over. And it's probably super awkward for this car that's in here right now because they're probably wondering what I'm doing, but they can see the camera, so hopefully they know what I'm doing. It's super awkward for them and awkward for me, still trying to get used to this. So this was the one area where I thought it was fenced off, but it looks like they just put up a new fence. But one of the things that's cool here about Prospertown Lake, they have the fish that are in this lake, the size and possession limits. As you can see here, you have the largemouth bass, the channel catfish, the brook trout, sunfish, brown bullhead, yellow perch, black crappie, and chain pickerel. Pretty cool when you see stuff like that. But we're gonna walk over to this little dock here. Gotta be careful because there is some ice and snow on there. Get another good look at the lake. Again, if you guys have always passed this place and wanted to stop here, definitely stop here. Don't recommend it now when it's cold, because trust me, it's cold. It's still beautiful. I don't know if this video does it justice, but it looks amazing with this snow cover. And I hear some roaring water over there. It looks like a little drainage area. Again, gonna do some iPhone vlogging just because that camera doesn't vlog. I can't even talk right now, it's so cold. That camera doesn't zoom in for the price it costs. The iPhone does pretty good. That car that actually pulled in here, they were actually doing some sort of bird watching, which I think is pretty cool to see that. It's not something you really see every day, but there's definitely a lot of birds out here. You can hear them while I'm walking. I don't know if you can hear them in the video. But over there to the left, that's where I hear all that water flowing. There's definitely a lot of it to flow, especially with all the ice melting. It almost feels wrong to be walking over here, like I shouldn't be, but I didn't see any trespassing signs. I definitely abide by all the rules as much as possible, especially when it comes to filming in the theme park with the new construction going on. You don't want to put your phones over the fence. It's pretty sure it's frowned upon. I don't want to get kicked out or in trouble for doing something so silly. Now I want to get on the topic of the 2026 season at Six Flags Great Adventure. Now let's go back to 2025. It definitely was not the best year at the park. But I did see, again, I can't talk when it's cold. I did see some improvements that has me optimistic for the 2026 season. Now, there was a lot of ride removals. We all know about the biggest one. If Six Flags posts anything on social media, you see people comment about it. I don't want to talk about it. It's done and over with, just like 2025 is. And that's all I want to talk about. Now, the 2026 season, I don't have any expectations. None at all. I know there was supposed to be a new coaster in 2026. That did get delayed. Could it still possibly open at the end of the year? Yes. Do I see it happening? No, because that's not how Great Adventure operates. But again, with the park improvements that I did see last season, I'm excited to see some more coming up. And that does have a lot to do with the Cedar Fair and Six Flags merger, which hasn't been the prettiest. I know there's been parks that shut down, Six Flags in Maryland. There's talks about other parks shutting down as well. But eventually, things will get figured out. Things will run smooth again. It's just the aches and pains of two businesses merging together. And it's just something we got to deal with right now. And that's kind of the mindset I'm going with. Like I said, there's no expectations for the 2026 season. Just going to go in there, enjoy the parks, and have a good time here on YouTube. But you get an amazing view over here of Nitro. You get the Ferris wheel, Skyscreamer, Batman. And hopefully one day soon you'll see that new coaster going up if it's what everybody thinks it is. And then there's my car all the way down there. I got a long walk ahead of me. Walked pretty far. But speaking of the new coaster, I think at this point we kind of all know what it is. I feel like Six Flags should just tell us at this point. They're not going to, just because it's a marketing thing. But from what I've seen, the rumors, the drone footage, the footers, whatever it is, it's definitely going to be what it is. And I'm excited for it. It's going to be something different. And if it's not that, I'm going to be shocked. But again, it probably is what it is. It's probably what you're thinking. And I know not a lot of you are going to be excited about it. And I think the problem, too, with this theme park, you think how spoiled we were back in the day. I've been coming to this park since 2003. So I remember Superman opening up. 2005 was King of Ka, and right after that was El Toro. That's two crazy record-breaking coasters back to back. And then that's kind of how Six Flags got put into their little hole when it came to money. But yeah, we're very spoiled here, and then haven't been spoiled for a while, so hopefully this park can come back to its glories. I think it will. I think we're in good shape. It's probably going to take a little bit, but that's okay. You don't want to rush things. I'd rather take it one day at a time and, like I said, get this park back to what it once is. But I'm going to start making my way. I'm going to start making my way back to the car because I cannot talk. I'm shivering. I got gloves on, a winter jacket. My lips are getting frozen. I don't want to be out here any longer than I have to. So let's walk back to the car and end this intro video, this Six Flags prediction, expectation video, whatever you want to call it. Let me not trip over here on this thing. But yeah, let's walk back and end the video. Had to get one more good shot here. Jersey Devil. I'm going to try to zoom in as close as I possibly can. So this iPhone works great. And then over there, again, Ferris wheel, Skyscraper, Batman, Nitro. And speaking of Nitro, I totally almost forgot. Are we going to see a Nitro repaint? I think, 2-3 seasons ago, we got the new trains, the painted trains. And then the past couple seasons, they were painting the entrance sign. They were painting the fences. And then it kind of just stopped. I mean, it's in dire need of a repaint. I hope we see one very soon. I would have liked to see one for this season. If we don't see one this season, hopefully next season. But it's almost getting to the point where I don't think one's going to happen. But you see all these other parks in the chain repainting their rides. They're repainting the waiting areas. Everything's getting redone besides anything at this park. So hopefully we see that soon. I want to be optimistic about that. But the way things have been rolling, we may not see one. Also, too, I feel like I'm remembering so much before I get back to my car. But another thing, too, it's a little bit of a longer off season than we've been used to in a few years since Holiday in the Park first started. But park closed at the end of November. You know, we have December, January, February, March. It's not too long, but it is definitely a little bit longer than what we're used to. And I'm just hoping with the closure of Holiday Park, which it makes sense. It's been very cold here in Jersey, especially in the Northeast. The attendance, I think, has gone down for Holiday Park. And you can see it. Things were not once what they were when Holiday Park first started. But again, that's enough rambling for me. I don't think I have anything else. If I do, you'll see it somewhere else. But yeah, let's start walking back to the car because, again, I probably mentioned it hundreds of times. You're probably tired of hearing it. I'm freezing. But with that, everybody, I think that is going to be it for today's video. Again, I am freezing, but I'm glad I came out here and went through with this. I'm super excited to get restarted here on YouTube. And again, I hope those of you who have watched before watch again. And we're going to have a nice long journey here on YouTube. And we're all going to do it together. So if you guys can do me a huge favor, again, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And if you enjoyed today's video, click that like button. It's going to help me out a long way here on getting started on YouTube. But with that, thank you all so much for tuning into today's video. And I will see you all in the next adventure. See ya.